guys, I'm Member. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. So today we're looking at what will happen next. And I don't know why, but I feel like this is a big one. For some reason, I feel like there's a lot of messages. So we have 3 piles. This is pile 1, Dance of Heartbeats. This is pile 2, Witness of Beauty. And this is pile 3, Center. So take your time. I'm going to wait for a couple seconds and go to whichever one you feel intuitively called to. And there is a link in my description box for each pile so that you can just click on the pile you want and get there quickly. So, yeah. All right. Pick your pile and I'll see you guys on the other side. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So today we're looking at what's happening next. And for some reason, I just felt like this is a big message that needs to go out for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure why yet, but anyways, I'm just going to get started. So for your main card, we have Dance of Heartbeats. I pulled 2 archetype cards to see kind of like what's going on, and that's Anima Mundi and the Mentor. We have Sky Dancers, Surrender for 48. We have 30, Horseman, Herald of Change. We have Cloak, Concealment, 22, Relief, Paradox, Patience, 6, Freedom, Stability card, and that's the Staff. And then I also pulled this card, but I couldn't get it to fit, which is like annoying me to no end. Heart Home, Compassion. So this is there. I'm just letting you know it's here. And I'm taking it into the reading with me. When I first opened up to your energy, I felt nervous. I felt anxiety. But I also saw, this is what I saw, because I kind of just sat with this for a second, and I saw you standing, and you are seriously coming into your power. I saw you as this like insanely bright white light, and it was like shooting out and like all over you, and like I just feel like you are stepping into your power, and that you may have not been able to do that previously. I saw 2 arrows from 2 people being shot at you, because you were here, right? 2 arrows being shot like this at you, and you put up your hands and you stopped it. So with that, I feel like you're coming into your power, pile 1. You're coming into your power so much, and you are this herald of change. This is you. This is like screaming at me a lot. And your power is that you're mysterious. People don't really understand you. And you have this like mysticism. And when I was pulling these cards, I thought I was going to get not the Mentor, but the Mystic. So I feel like you are really, really powerful, and you're really learning about how to step into your power. With that, there are people around you that are jealous, that don't like it, they want to shoot you down, and that want to sabotage what you're doing because they're confused by you, they're jealous of you, and they're angry at you because you're you. And it's like really kind of like, it's not nice energy. It's like really like stabby energy. You know what I mean? Which is interesting because obviously we have the arrows. But so you may be feeling this coming at you energy. I just want you to know that you're protected, that Spirit is protecting you, but also understand that people are coming from a low vibration. They're coming from a low vibration, and you're vibrating at a much higher frequency than a lot of people, and you are a paradox. Like we have this paradox card right here, and you're the star. You're the star, and it's interesting because I've been getting into sacred geometry, and the star, I feel like when I think about what the star means, and there's obviously a bunch of meanings for the star, and then there's this circle. So there's divine feminine. You're very divine feminine. But you also maybe are coming into your divine masculine, or you're enhancing your divine feminine and divine masculine. But the star specifically, I feel like, means desires and your dreams and the star of who you are. You're learning about how to step into your power. You're learning about how to move into what are your dreams and what are your desires, and how do you step into your power, and how do you own that, and how do you also own your fear at the same time. And you're a paradox. People don't understand you. People have a very difficult time trying to figure you out. And I kind of feel like you're like, hell yeah, dude, you can't figure me out. But also like there's pain in that. There's pain. And I think that the anxiety may be around these people that are kind of targeting you. I don't like to use the word targeting because I feel like it's a little too harsh, but maybe it is. I don't think I would use the word unless if it was prevalent in what Spirit wanted to say to you. I think there is confusion about how to handle it. I feel like you're trying to conceal yourself and cloak yourself as much as possible because we have this concealment and cloak card. But the answer, right? We're trying to find an answer. I feel like you're trying to find an answer. How do I handle this? How do I go about this? And Spirit is saying you're protected, surrender. You are a herald of change. You are meant to trigger people. You are meant to trigger people because you are light. And even the light, like if you're light, right? And that's what I saw you as. You're going to trigger people's shadows because when you walk up to someone and they haven't done the healing like you have, you're going to come up into them and you're going to be standing next to them and your light is going to cast light on their shadows, and they're going to have, they look at their shadows whether they want to or not. And then what happens is those shadows, they project those shadows onto you, and they project those shadows onto you, and it causes them to react to you and cause you pain and or react to you. And that causes a lot of pain for you. But I just want you to know that, like, it's them. You're not the problem here. And maybe you know that. You're like, yeah, I know that. Like, they're the issue, right? But I think that it's just understanding that, like, it sucks. It's not okay. People shouldn't do this to you. But also, or not but, and also, there's a reason for it. You're meant to, I think one of the reasons you chose to incarnate in this life is to trigger people because you are this. Look at this. Look how gorgeous this card is. Look at you. Like, you're so powerful. You are so in the light, and people are going to meet you. And just by meeting you, they're going to get triggered. You're not doing anything. You may have incarnated in this life to choose to do this because you have chosen to do the work and to be a mentor, but not in the way that people think of mentors, right? Like, we think of mentors as like in like people choose to have the mentor and the mentor helps them. But I feel like what you are is like a mentor in a way, and using spiritual gifts. Like Anima Mundi is all about spirituality and circles and cycles and seeing and psychic abilities. And I think that, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little lost. I have a lot coming at me from Spirit. The mentor, you're the mentor, and you're using your spiritual gifts, and it's coming at you. What am I saying? I don't know. I'm like having I'm confused. I think I'm getting downloading a lot. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So you incarnated in this life as a mentor using your spiritual gifts, and you're casting light on the shadows of others, and people are going to take this and project their shit onto you. And I think that that's what's been happening for you a lot, Pal One, maybe recently, because it's so overwhelmingly a message, and maybe you're trying to figure out how to deal with it because you're trying to conceal. And I think that you're trying to find relief. You're trying to find your freedom. There's freedom, surrender, relief, concealment, and then stability. Like, how can you find safety and surrender and understand that this is not about you? And I think that this is what this message is about, specifically for you, Pal One, that the other people that are targeting or projecting their shit onto you, don't take it personal. And I know that it's hard not to. Like, I have this issue as well. Like, this is a thing I deal with. And it's so hard not to take it personally because it's not fair. It's really not fair. It's not okay. It is not okay. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying, how can we help you find the relief and the surrender and maybe not be, I don't think you're super concerned with it. Maybe some of you are, but I don't think all of you are super concerned with it. I think that's something that's just happening to you, but I want to just recognize that it's happening to you because I think you need the validation of, like, this is happening to you. And maybe like spiritual attacks in the ether, this is happening to you. You're not tripping out. This is happening to you. People, for some reason, are jealous and are targeting you, and it's not okay. And I think that you're figuring out how to find your power and move through the energy and alchemize the energy that's being thrown at you and protect yourself from the energy, because I think that you're very protected, but I think this is about finding your power through the people coming at you. People are really coming at you, and I think it's about finding your power and standing in your own stuff and sticking up for yourself and saying, no, that's not okay, and figuring out how to not take it personally, figuring out how to love yourself, figuring out how to find your stability, freedom, and surrender and relief, and fuck all the motherfuckers. Like, seriously. Seriously. It's bullshit. Like, this should not be happening to you. And I feel like there is anger, and I don't... Anger from them. I think people are projecting and pushing anger at you, And I think since you are a mirror for other people, you may mistake your anger that people are pointing at you for your own. I don't believe it's your anger. So if you're feeling more angry lately, understand that it might not be yours, and it might be just something that's reflected at you in person or in the group or wherever you're at. I have had people that recently, I had this girl, and I felt like she was jealous of me a little bit, and I was like, I went to a different situation, and I was like, why am I feeling so jealous? Like, I am not a jealous person, like, by all means. Like, I am not jealous at all. And I'm just not. And I was like, why am I feeling jealous? And I realized I had taken their jealousy and accidentally, because I alchemize and I'm an empath, I took the jealousy on accident and like was like feeling jealous, but it wasn't my jealousy because it was very like angry jealous, which was like so not me as well. I didn't act on it, but I was recognizing that it's not mine. And I think that's happening to you. There may be these energies that are being pointed at you and it's not you. And just to understand, this is not you. You are not. If you feel like a feeling that is not necessarily something you always experience, or it's a different feeling to the feeling that you normally experience, understand that this could be projected at you, and that this is like, you are an empath. So anything, if you're around people at any point in time, you may just recognize like that if you get feelings or hits and you're like, where the fuck is this coming from? Like, understand that like it could be someone else's feeling, and ask the question, is this mine? Is this mine? And you will get an answer. And if it's yes, then it's yours. If it's no, then it's not. And say, how can I alchemize this energy better? And you know what helps me? I have found, I'm living with somebody, and sometimes when they come home, they have a very draining energy and they're exhausted. And I was like fighting it. I'm like, I don't want to feel this. I was like trying to throw up boundaries. I was trying to protect myself. And my therapist was like, always the way through when you're alchemizing emotion that's given to you by somebody else is by finding compassion. Think about, they are feeling that every day. Like, think about that for a second. They're feeling that every single day. They're feeling that anger every single day. And when you understand that this is the vibration that they're always in, like, that usually can bring some compassion. And then when that happens, you're like, wow, I feel really bad for them actually. And then when that happens, the power of your compassion and the power of understanding, it doesn't hold power over you anymore, because you get back in your own energy, and you also go into an energy of love. And I think for some reason, I feel like that's extremely important for you guys. I think that finding the compassion for yourself and for others is always the answer, but also specifically when you are an empath and you're getting emotions from others, and you're having a difficult time throwing up boundaries, or you're fighting it, or you're like, why? I don't want to feel this. This is not mine. Like, I know this is not mine, right? How do you find the compassion? You can also ask, how is this meant to heal me? How is this meant to transform me? And then see what answers you get there. That's another great tip that helps me as well sometimes. And sometimes it's just about removing yourself from the situation. If you can't remove yourself from the situation, then this is why this is helpful. But removing yourself from the situation, it is okay to walk away from someone that is upset, that is like, that's not making you feel good. And like, let's say you have to be in a community of people and there's one person that like you're not close with, and then like they have like a really big dread feeling, like, or they have fear, or they're in like a really heavy energy. You don't have to stay around. Like, I'm giving myself permission to do this lately. Like, I'm not staying here. I'm leaving. Like, I don't need to sit here and feel this. Like, and I don't have the full ability to alchemize all the time. Sometimes it's not there. Sometimes we don't have the ability to alchemize, and we don't have the ability to find compassion. And so what is helpful is removing yourself from the situation and giving yourself permission. Like, I never had permission to do anything. So I'm always like, can I do this? Am I allowed? It's like, I'm an adult. I'm 31. Like, I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want. And it's like finding that, like, yes, I'm allowed. I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to leave. I don't want to be around your energy. Your energy sucks. Like, sorry, but like sorry, not sorry, you know? Like, it's okay. Like, how do you give yourself the permission to leave the room? How do you give yourself the permission to find compassion for yourself? How do you give yourself the permission to put boundaries up? It's like, maybe that's what this reading is about mostly, is like, how are you giving yourself permission to live your life? And like, permission as in like your self permission, not like others' permission. Like, how do you give yourself permission to do the things you want to do? Are you afraid to do something because you're afraid of getting in trouble? Are you afraid of, what else? Are you afraid of getting in trouble? Are you afraid of being seen a certain way? Are you not giving your permission because you feel afraid? I mean, there's so many reasons why you might not be giving yourself permission. And I think that this reading is like, I'm giving you permission, guys, and give yourself permission. Like, you don't need my permission, but I'm giving it to you anyways. What do you want to do that you're not doing because you won't give yourself the permission to do? And is it involving other people? And how do you love yourself and champion yourself, empower yourself to be like, no, I don't deserve this. I don't want to sit here. I don't want to do this. I don't want you in my life. You suck. Like, I'm cutting you out. Or not even just you suck. How about, like, we're just at vibrational different frequencies. Like, and I don't want to be around someone who's at a different vibration than me because it's painful, and I'm trying to find the right people that deserve my beautiful vibration because I deserve that. You deserve to be around people that make you feel good. You deserve to remove yourself from rooms where people don't make you feel good. And, you know, it's just really fucking cool, guys. This is really interesting. I'm really getting fired up because I feel like you guys seriously deserve it. You guys are wonderful. You have a very high vibration. You are a person that heralds change. You are a mentor. You have very insane spiritual gifts. You're a paradox. No one gets you. And that's wonderful and difficult, and it's hard. You are finding freedom, patience, stability, and surrender. You are learning how to conceal yourself from people that are not good for you. I mean, it's like, this is the dance of heartbeats. Like, you're figuring out, like, how to move from one place to the next and how to love yourself and how to like learn every situation. How can I move in this situation? How can I move in this situation? What can I do here? And it's like tweaking it all the time, like, right? Like, we may find something that works for us for 5 minutes and then the next time it doesn't work for us and we have to find something different. And it's like, how do I continually find the tools I need to have to be able to move in each situation differently in the moment I'm at? What do I need in this moment? That's the question you should always be asking. What do I need in this moment? What tools should I use? How do I go about loving myself in this moment right now? How do I go about engaging? How do I go about helping myself? And, like, maybe that's what you're asking, and I think that's why I'm so fired up. You guys are doing fucking awesome. I really was, like, excited about this reading because I just felt like something big needed to come out, and I think this was one of the big things that needed to come out, especially, I mean, I know it is for you, Pal One, but, like, I have not felt energy like that in a reading ever, where I was like, there's something that needs to be said so much. Somebody needs to hear something so much, and I really want to, like, say it. And I've been having this feeling of, like, build up for 2 days of, like, something needs to be said, and I didn't think it was going to be this big. I really feel like I think that it's so big because you are coming into a completely new cycle. You're becoming a different person. You're becoming a new you. You're fucking stepping into your power like it's no one's business. And I think that what needs to be said is, like, fuck yeah for you, and, like, hell yeah, and, like, I'm so proud of you, and, like, Spirit is seriously sitting on the sidelines, like losing it because you're doing so good. And, like, I don't know if you need to hear that, but I think you do. Like, you're doing fucking amazing, and, like, literally everyone is freaking out about how amazing you're doing, your Spirit team and everybody. And, like, understand that, like, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. You are not alone. I see you. You're fucking doing awesome. And I'm just so insanely excited about this because I sometimes forget that there's other people in the world that are like me. And when I see this energy, I'm like, oh my God, it's like me. I'm not alone. I don't feel alone, you guys. You make me feel like I'm not alone. And I don't know what is more beautiful than that. I don't even know you. And I feel like I know you. And I feel like, oh wow, other people are doing this in the world. And I just think that is so inspiring. It's so meaningful to me. There's nothing else that I can say that, like, could really just explain how inspiring and beautiful and meaningful and wonderful and powerful your energy is, and what you're doing in life and how you're triggering other people. I'm like, fuck yeah for you. Trigger other people. Fuck them. Like, and not fuck them as in, like, I mean, fuck them as in, like, if they're hurting you, but also, like, good, because, like, people need to look at their shit. I think we've gone so long not looking at our own shit, and I think that, you know, we need people like you in the world so that people don't hide forever, because it's painful to hide forever. The stuff that you're bringing out is pain for the other people, and you're bringing in compassion and love, and, like, they're seeing you love yourself, and they're like, I want that. I don't know how to do that. How come they get to do that? I can't believe they get to do that. And it's like, but it is triggering them to change, and that's what we need, and we need you in the world. So, like, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and it's not easy, but you chose to do this. You incarnated to do this. You incarnated to say, I am going to change the world. I make a big difference. I'm going to trigger people in a good way. I'm going to help them find their pain and love themselves. I am powerful. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure that I step into my own power and love myself, so that it gives other people permission. Like, I'm giving you permission, but you give other people permission to step into their power. You give other people permission to love themselves. You give other people permission to find the compassion and to cry and to fucking own their shit. That's what you give people permission to do. And the people that aren't going to change and aren't going to heal are the people that are going to be assholes to you. You know what I mean? And you might find assholes to you, like, they might be assholes to you now, and then, like, 10 years down the road, they're going to be like, Jesus Christ, like, they're going to talk to you, or they're going to be like, wow, that person fucking changed my life, and I was an asshole to them, because I was so afraid of looking at myself. I didn't know how to own my shit. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know how to be a good person. I didn't know how to love other people. I didn't know how to love myself, and, like, they helped me find what I needed to find. It could be fucking one encounter. Like, you guys don't even understand. It could be one encounter. Like, you could have one encounter with somebody. You could meet someone on the street and say one word to them, or not one word, but like a sentence to them, and then they would, like, literally, like, it would change their life. Like, I don't think you understand the power that you have, and maybe you're starting to begin to, and that's why this is also so powerful, because I think you are. But, like, you change people at a level that is so intense, that is so quick, that is like, that is you are that person, and I'm gonna die. It's amazing. I'm like, seriously, I'm like losing it, because it's like, you guys have such immense power. That's just what I want to say. And I hope that you know how much power that you have, and you have no idea the shit that you do to help people. You have no idea how much you do to help others. Like, you just we don't even have, what's it called? The capacity to understand the change that we make in the world. And and the reason that this reading is so big is because you are this power. You are the reason that it's like Spirit wanted to get across how amazing you're doing. And it's supposed to be about what's happening next. And I think that what's happening next is just about you stepping more into your power. And this is what's happening next. What you're doing. You helping other people, you changing other people's lives, you doing everything you need to do to be this herald of change. That's what's happening next. What's happening next is you stepping into your power more and loving yourself more. But, like, really. Okay. That was, like, a really big one, guys. I'm sorry. Like, it was, I mean, I'm not sorry, but, like, I'm, like, a little bit like, wow, that was intense. I mean, it was intense. And, like, I think that, like, sometimes it's sad. I think that this can make you sad. Because I think that when you're this person, you feel alone. Because I know how I feel, and I know that I feel alone when I'm this person. Because I'm like, why is there no one else like me? Why do I have to be the person that changes everybody? Why, right? But it's like, also, like, when I do feel in my power, when I step into my power, I don't know what else is more beautiful than that. When I help other people find themselves, when I help other people love themselves, when I'm giving you this reading, it makes me feel like what I'm meant to do in this world is so important. What I'm meant to do in this world is going to change so many people's lives, and it makes me feel good about myself. And I think it's just finding that shift of, like, how do I step into that shift instead of the other shift where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. And you can be in both. You're going to be in both all the time. You're going to go back to one. You're going to go back to the other. I guess that's just life. You know what I mean? Okay, I want to get some tarot cards to see what else is going on or what else is happening next, because I'm a little bit, like, all over the place. So we've got Knight of Swords. Oop, that one came out quick. We've got... Wow, I don't even know this one. I'm sorry, guys. I just got this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of Pentacles, upright. Yeah, that's 9. I don't know why I got confused on that one. This is 7 of Pentacles, upright. One more, Spirit. Ace of Wands. So this Knight of Swords in reverse, I think this is talking about what I was just talking about, which is the people that are kind of not, like, these are people that are aggressive, impulsive, ruthless, restless. This is the people you're changing. And then we have 9 of Pentacles, which is all about building. It's about independence, success, rewards, thriving, freedom, wisdom. Like, this is like, you're building something here, you guys. You're building something. And what's happening next is you just continually building your power, continually working on yourself, you may be building a business as well that is centered around trying to help people, kind of like what I'm doing, but maybe different. In Reiki, it could be psychology, it could be helping others, it could just be you building something. I feel like you're building a home of some type. You're learning about how to, like, how to use whatever this is, with your power, how to use your power in the material world, how to use your power to create success, to create a business, I think, or create a passion project, or create something. And then we have Seven of Pentacles, and this is things coming to fruition, hard work paying off, harvest, rewards. This is you harvesting your rewards. If you haven't already starting to see the rewards to your harvest, it's going to be coming in soon. Like abundance, I hate always saying this, but it's like, it is true. Abundance will be coming in for you. And I feel like that's so cliche when I say that shit, but like it is, because this shit that you're doing, it can only manifest fucking good shit. And that could be people, places, communities, it could be a business, it could be money, it could be a house, it could be kids, it could be anything. That's how much this energy that you guys have, this power that you have when you step into this is what happens. Like, and this is what's happening next. And then we have Ace of Wands, and Ace of Wands is like literally new beginnings, creative spark, new passion, talent, growth. Like, you're birthing something new, but you're birthing something creative. It really feels like you may have, I think you've started a passion project and it's at the beginning stages, because we have this like baby in the seed, and like she's holding it and she's taking care of it. This could be your inner child, but I also get the sense that like you're building something's precious to you that you've already started, that you're already beginning, and you're concealing it and you're keeping it safe because people around you can't trust them, or some people you can't trust them. So you have this conceal card, and I think you're trying to see how you're protecting this baby, and you're protecting this new passion that you're doing. And I think there's something around that. What's happening next is you just continually growing this beautiful thing that you're protecting. And I think Spirit's saying keep protecting it. Don't tell a bunch of people. Like, tell only people that you actually absolutely, completely, and 100% fucking trust. Like, don't tell people you're like, even a little bit like, don't tell people. Don't. I just don't think it's a good idea. I think you know that though. Like, so I think I'm kind of saying something you already know, but like, still, I think it's important. Okay, I wanted to pull, I'm sorry guys, I don't even think I got to this point. I was so excited about starting the reading. Hold on. Okay, so I decided to pull an alchemy card. I don't know why. I didn't know what to do for this part, but I think I'm going to pull an alchemy card and see what else we can alchemize. The uncreated. I'm going to look this up and read it to you guys really quick. Oh my god, I literally opened to this page. I can't even tell you. I'm like freaking out right now. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so it says the uncreated. The unconceived, the seed of the seed. There was a time when everyone you know was not yet born, when every city was yet to be named, when your favorite song was yet to be sung. Such is the energy of Incretium. This card indicates the subtle but profound force that summons all that will be into existence. This most sacred of formulas cannot be manufactured, contained, bought, or sold. It is a pure intelligence of creation, pulsing at the door of reality. Its timing is precise, and it is happening now. Do not delay. Send an invitation to the uncreated. Allow it to formulate and gestate. Soon a sketch, a map, or a name will draw itself upon your mind. Envision and believe. The architecture of the future is within you. All ground is fertile. Life begets life. So, and then it says, desire pulls the uncreated into creation. The alchemist believes in what's to come and answers and solutions not yet imagined for themselves and the world. And then when this card appears, it is a potent time to create and conceive. Even if you feel you are starting from scratch, beginning anyway. That's what I was thinking about with this Ace of Wands. If you haven't started whatever this idea is, whatever this seed of idea is, start it. Spirit's saying there's something beautiful and magnificent and unique that you're meant to create. And this uncreated card, there's ideas in the ether. And this uncreated formula of alchemization is helping you use this beauty and bring it into fruition, because this bringing it into fruition card, things working off, hard work paying off, things coming to fruition. This is what's happening because you're learning about how to get still and to figure out what you want to do next, and to find the beauty in the ideas and use your power to create. And I think that you're just creating because you've done a lot of healing and you've done a lot of work to find your power. And now you're like, what do I want to create with this? And I think that's what's happening next. Like, what do I want to create with this? So I think that's all I have for you guys. This was like a super big one, like a big message that came through. And I just want to again, thank you for being so freaking awesome and being yourself. Continue to be yourself, Pile One, because you guys are powerful and beautiful, and you are a herald of change. Please like and subscribe if you can, and comment in the comment section if you if you really feel this, I think you should, if you want to do an owl or a star in the comment section, that would be amazing, letting me know what pal you are. But other than that, I just really hope you guys have an amazing day, and I just appreciate you so much. So thanks so much. I'll see you guys next time. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. So today we're looking at what's happening next. So for your main card, we have Witness of Beauty, the Heart, and the Queen are archetypes that are working in your life. We have 6, Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine, Witch's Hat, Power, 27, Divine Light. We have the Magi, the Sage, 26, Joy, Wiccan Reed, Ethos, and 7, Covenant, Sacred Contract. So, I just noticed something. So these are like kind of like interesting. All right, sorry. Let me get started and then I'll get back to that. So I feel like there are big messages that need to be given in this reading. I felt really called to give to this reading, and I felt a lot of energy building up to this reading. And so it's just very powerful what I've seen so far in the first pile. And so you are a powerful person. You're starting to understand the power that you have. You operate a lot from your heart, but I think you're stepping into the Queen energy. And what's happening next is that you're stepping into your power with the Queen. That's the archetype I feel like you're kind of moving into. I feel like you've had a lot of difficulty with intrusive thoughts and negative thoughts. And I think that you've been working on your belief systems a lot lately. That was kind of what I'm getting. I really get, since we have the Magi and the Sage, I'm getting that you're stepping into a lot of the power of the spiritual part of you maybe lately. There's something here to do with a contract, and I think it's interesting because we both have these cards. So this says in perfect love and perfect trust, 8 words, the Wiccan Reed fulfill. Oh my God. Pin ye harm none, do as ye will, and ever mind the rule of 3. What ye send out comes back to thee. Follow this with mind and heart, and merely ye meet and merely ye part. So this card specifically is about what you put out will come back to you. And I feel like people, I don't know why this has been happening in Pile 1 and Pile 2. Maybe this is like a collective thing that's going on because we have Mars right now that's happening. And I feel like with Mars, there's a lot of gossip that's been happening. And I feel like maybe people have been gossiping a lot about you lately, Pile 2, or people have been targeting you because they feel really jealous. Pile 1 had this too. So if you feel called to, go to Pile 1 as well, because this is very similar to Pile 1 in some ways. And maybe it's that because you're stepping into your power, you're having a lot of people that are jealous and that don't understand you. You're very mystic and you're very hard to read, and you're not somebody that everybody knows how to, they don't understand you. And I think that you may like that a little bit. There's a rebellious streak I'm kind of getting here, which is beautiful because I think that you've been stepping into that more. Maybe it's a part of you that you've hidden, this rebellious part of you and this powerful part of this Queen energy, right? I think that that's a part of you that's been hidden and it's starting to come out more. And this sacred contract and this ethos card, I don't know why, there's something here with a contract. And maybe it's about maybe you're working with people that you don't know if they have your best interest at heart, is kind of what I'm getting. This is calling you to protect yourself, to trust your intuition. Even if there's no evidence, logical evidence that says that there's some reason you're getting this feeling, like this feeling, but there is a reason for it. There's something, I'm not saying don't work with them, but I'm just saying if you feel like an ick because of someone that's around you, trust that ick and just keep it professional is kind of what I'm getting. Keep it professional. I think the overwhelming thing that's happening next is that you're stepping into your power and you're stepping into this Queen archetype. And you have a bunch of power. We have power here. We have the Magi and the Sage, which are here. I was going to say the Sagi. The Magi and the Sage here, or Magi, I don't know how do you say it. And we have the Power card. I kind of feel like there's this discombobulation that I feel right now. And maybe you're feeling maybe this is past energy a little bit, but maybe you felt a little bit discombobulated. Maybe you feel like you've been downloading a lot. I just feel like you maybe have been feeling like you're downloading a lot of information lately. It doesn't have to be from spirit. I mean, I think it's mostly from spirit, but it could be from just I feel like some of you are like in an information thing or something. Maybe there's like a lot of people that are saying a lot of information to you, or you're in a course, or like you have a lot in your head. And I feel like there's just a lot of words. I don't know why. That's really interesting. I've never seen that in a reading before, where I've had a lot of information in my head, but there's a lot of information that's coming at you and you're trying to integrate it, but there's just so much of it that it's almost hard to like grasp onto it. And I don't know why I'm getting this, because it's so random, I feel like, but maybe you're getting a lot of downloads and it's overwhelming. It's interesting because we have this Witness of Beauty card, and I feel like it's like a lot of things happening and a lot of like going in and like happening around you, and maybe because you're alchemizing and stepping into your power, and like, and then even this heart card, there's like a lot of shit around the heart, you know what I mean, like a lot of stuff, and maybe that has been influencing you a lot lately, and I think that there just needs to be a big clearing for this group. Like silt baths, going to the ocean is, I feel like, very called to say. Getting connected to kitchen witchery, even getting connected to what is your joy. I think there's just like a need to slow down and a need to rest, and a maybe need to declutter your house, because you're stepping into a new part of yourself, or a new you. And I think you've been in the divine feminine a lot. I think that the divine masculine, this taking action card, or maybe you've been in the divine masculine because I feel like you've been doing a lot lately, and the divine feminine is calling back to you. Like you have very strong divine feminine energy. It's just, I think you've transitioned into divine masculine, and you've been doing so much and gaining so much information and so many downloads and so much stuff, that there's a call to go back into your divine feminine, the receiving. Go back into receiving, but go back and balance it out and rest and recuperate. I think there's a need for that. And what's happening next is that you're going in back into your divine feminine from being in this very masculine energy of moving and doing in this contract and this work, and you're working a bunch of people, and you're maybe getting a lot of information thrown at you, and you're downloading a lot, and it's like go. And I'm thinking that like, and what I'm feeling genuinely from spirit is that go back into your divine feminine, rest, recuperate. The holidays are coming up. Maybe you've been doing a lot of shit to like get presents and like go, and you're like, maybe you're worried about the holidays. I've been worried about the holidays because my parents, who I'm estranged from and who I don't have in my life, love to show up at the holidays and uninvited, and they have abused me my whole life. So I have a lot of fear around the holidays, and so maybe that's something that you deal with. Maybe you're dealing with a lot of family issues, or you have people that want to do holidays with you that you're not totally comfortable with doing, and it's about, I think since you've been in your divine masculine so much, if you get connected to your divine feminine more and rest more, you're going to feel a lot more clarity about what to do next. If you don't know what to do next, if you're having like a confusion around stepping into doing something at Christmas, or confusion around what to do with the holidays, or confusion about how to spend your time or who to spend your time with, I think going into your divine feminine could really help clear out and create a clarity around what to do next, because I think that you've been doing so much work lately, and I think you've healed so much lately, but I think it's time to take a step back and to move into the divine feminine, and move into the energy of rest and recuperation and declutter and cleaning and getting gifts done, and like figuring out how to sit in your stillness and find your joy a little bit more, because I do feel like you guys have been working so hard. And also Spirit's here to tell you that Spirit sees how hard you've been working. You've been working so hard, and it's good. It's a good thing you've been working so hard. But also like move back into your divine feminine, and finding the balance, I think right now would be very important for you guys. Just finding the balance between your queen energy and your heart energy, because I think you have a very strong both divine feminine and divine masculine. You have a very strong heart energy, you have a very strong queen energy, and I just feel like there's a go-getter energy and a rebellious side, and also the side of you that is beautiful and sweet and receiving and like feminine, and you don't have to be a woman for this. You could be a man. It's not like there's no gender specifics when talking about energies. Divine feminine, divine masculine are in each of us, and every single one of us. And so moving back into the receiving mode, stillness mode, and getting really quiet, and maybe meditation just could be really helpful, I think. Spirit's saying you're doing amazing. You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. I feel like I should say this in every video, because everyone needs to just, not everyone needs to just, but like there is a need for everyone to just, and I have to do this too, like trust myself and understand that everything is happening for a reason. Maybe you're having a lot of future tripping or future predicting happening where you're like, I'm afraid this is going to happen. I'm afraid this is going to happen. How do I keep myself safe? I feel like your brain is really loud right now. My brain's really loud right now, so I totally understand. You are so not alone. I think the holidays can do that to people. This is also timeless, so like if you're not in the holidays and you're watching this later on, like it just could be that you're having a lot happening in your brain right now. There may be a situation that's causing you a little bit of like fear and like not and trying to figure out what's going to happen, and Spirit's saying you're not supposed to figure out what happens next yet. And I hate that answer, and I'm sure you hate it too. We are not supposed to know yet. It's okay to not know. It's okay to say I don't know. It's okay to not know what's going to happen next. It's okay to not know what the situation is what's going to happen in this situation, because right now there's a call to surrender. There's a call to get quiet, because when you get quiet, you'll get clarity, and you're worried about what's going to happen next. Interesting that this video is about what's going to happen next. And I think Spirit says specifically for your situation, pal, too, what's going to give you the answers is not your brain going 50 miles an hour. What's going to give you the answers is stillness. What's going to give you the answers is sitting back in the receiving mode. What's going to help find clarity is moving. Time. And the more time goes by, the more information you'll get every single day in the moment, and then you're going to be able to make your decision, because I don't think you've gathered enough data yet to figure out what's going to happen, because there's some situation that I feel very strongly with this pile where there's something going to happen next. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how to make the choice. You're in a position of like, I have a choice to make about something, and I don't know what decision to make. There's a reason you don't know. You're not supposed to know right now. Stillness, clarity, time, patience, which I hate the answer, but it is the answer. Patience, and just understanding and having faith that Spirit, you're not supposed to know right now, and that Spirit is going to give you the answers, and you're going to find the answers when you're meant to find the answers. And I know that's probably not at all what you want to hear, but it's so true. And I think that there's a need to surrender. Let go of it. Let go of it. If you don't know the answer, if it's not a hell yes or hell no, if it's not one of those two and you don't know, take it, put it to the side, and move on to something else. And when this answer over here is meant to happen, it will happen, and you'll get a hell yes or a hell no. And then you will feel so much better. And Spirit's just saying, I know it's hard to sit in the I don't know, but it's okay. And there's nothing bad that's going to happen because you don't know. You cannot control this. You cannot figure it out right now. And it's okay. And Spirit's saying you're okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's really scary. The one thing that humans all have in common, the one fear that all humans have in common, is the fear of the unknown. And there is a fear of the unknown right now. And I want you to do something. I want you to think about, project yourself out to the future. And I want you to see the self of you, the part of you, or the person that's you in the future that knows why you had to go through this. And is like, wow, I'm really happy I went through that, because now I know why. And it was so good that I went through that. I'm so happy I went through that, because there's a good reason. There's always a good reason when we don't know something, when you're going through something and you don't know what's going to happen next, and you're scared and you wish you knew and you don't know why you have to go through this. There's a good reason for it. And Spirit's saying there's a good reason for this. There's a very, very good reason for what you're going through right now. And you're going to appreciate it and understand it and be grateful for what you're going through right now, because there's going to be something good that comes out of it. There's going to be a lesson that you learn that comes out of it that's going to be like, fuck yeah, I'm so glad I knew I went through that. And whatever you're going through right now is confusing and scary, and I'm validating the fact that it's super fucking scary. It's scary, and you're scared, and it's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel like you don't know what's going to happen, and it is scary. And so give yourself that. Like, it's scary to not know, and I don't have to continually try to figure it out. I can put it to the side. I can try to have as much faith as I can and just move forward like that. And if you can do that, I swear, if you can put yourself in the future where you know, like, wow, I know that I went through that for the reason, it's going to make you feel so much better, one, and it's also going to help this energy move. You're going to have more clarity, and it's just time. This is, whatever the situation is, it's going to take some time. So I feel like that's what Spirit's saying too. It's just going to take you some time, guys, and that's okay. And I'm sorry that it's going to take time, and I'm sorry you don't know, but like, there's a very good reason for it, okay, guys? There's a super good reason for it. Okay, so Spirit, oh wow, there's 3 that came out. So we got Queen of Wands, Tarot for what's happening next. Strength, look at that. That's you guys. You guys, strength, and Two of Pentacles. So you guys are gaining strength because of this, and you guys are you're becoming courageous and victorious because of this. Is whatever the situation is, it's going to be okay. It is. It's going to be okay, and there's a good outcome coming. That's what I see. I see Queen of Wands, strength, and then the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is about like resources, balancing resources. And this is, I was talking about balancing, right? Like that's basically what I felt like this reading was about mostly, was balance and flexibility, and having the flexibility and understanding that you have the inner strength to keep going. And this Queen of Wands is you, like strong, courageous. And I love that it's feminine, because like it can be a person in your life that's feminine, but I don't get that for this energy right now. You are the Queen of Wands. This feminine energy, being in the Queen of Wands, is going to really help you. Queen of Wands is really about courage, being courageous and passionate and strong. And I just think it's interesting that we have both as a divine feminine, like, because the Queen of Wands is obviously feminine. One more, Spirit. We have Wheel of Fortune. Look at that. Wow. That's like literally like, this is destiny. Whatever's happening right now is destiny. Whatever's happening right now was something that you have to go through to get to where you're going. And there's a really good reason for it. And Spirit is saying that the Wheel of Fortune, which is all about good outcomes, time moving, I'm just thinking right now. Cycles of life, right? I mean, it's fate, fortune. And this is fated. Whatever you're going through is fated. This big thing that you're going through right now is fated. And Spirit's saying that you are moving through it, and that it's not going to last forever, and that you're going to get the answers. And there's a very, very good reason. And it's so that you can learn this lesson, and it's so that you can, there's some beautiful lesson and blessing coming out of this, guys. Whatever this is, there's something good coming out of it. So if it's fucking painful, and if you don't know, and if you're super scared, that's okay. But Spirit is saying that you're going to find your strength, and you are the Queen of Wands, and you're going to be able to balance this out. And the Wheel of Fortune, which is all about like it's working out. Destiny. If it was in reverse, it'd be different. Or it would be, yeah. So I wanted to pull an alchemy card to help you with this. So this is Wise Salt. I'm going to read it. So just give me 5 seconds. Okay, Wise Salt. Wisdom, grit, and preservation. Wise salt is a sacred ingredient. Wise salt is a sacred ingredient of preservation. In due time and with due experience, the alchemist slowly develops these granules of wisdom that can someday be passed to another. Salt retains, preserves, and absorbs. It brings complexity to flavors and grit to slippery roads. Such is the magic of Sal Sapiente. Someone who carries wise salt is immediately recognizable. Their words hold meaning, their stories are deep and true, they have wisdom that cannot be attained by any other means than decades of pain and pleasure. You may experience wise salt through the elders of the community. When this card appears, know that everything you are going through will be of use down the line. Alchemically, you are being brined. Preserve what you can, let go of the rest, and lean heavily on your elders. So get really comfortable, who are the people that you can rely on, and get connected to them. And it says, notice your interactions with salt today. Take an Epsom salt bath, which I said in the beginning, and use salt consciously in your meals. Bless and thank it for its qualities. And we have think of the few people in your life who seem to carry wise salt. What is it about them that makes it so? Was their depth easily acquired? Like, guys, I'm like, oh yes, I got it. I'm sorry, I'm excited. I got it. I was like, because I'm like always like, here's the thing, I doubt myself too, guys. And I'm like, am I saying the right things? Am I on the right fucking track? Yeah, I am. And I'm trying to trust myself more. And I think that's something that you guys are doing too. It's like, trust yourself. Trust yourself in the strength that you've already acquired, and trust the fact that you are fucking healing, and trust the fact that you are doing everything you are doing. You're doing everything you can, and like, understand that things are going to work out. It's going to work out. There's a really good reason you're going through this, and it is destiny, guys. I don't know. I haven't had a situation where I've been like, this is fucking destiny. You were meant to go through this. Like, you incarnated to go through this, whatever you're going through right now. Like, it's an incarnation choice. Like, you chose to go through this. So when you choose to go through things, there are very good reasons, and it's a lesson that needs to be learned, because it's going to help you in the future, and it's going to help you find your strength. And it's also going to help you deal with others and become this wise salt. And wise salt is definitely in your life right now, alchemizing, and I think that that's just beautiful. So, wow, this reading was amazing. Guys, I'm like so proud of you. And I know you may not feel strong right now, but you guys are strong. So like, please take that in. You are so strong. And this is destiny and fated. So whatever you're going through right now is a very good reason. So I just really hope that helped you guys, and do all the YouTube things, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pal 3, welcome to your reading. So we're looking at what's happening next. For your first card, we have Center. We have the archetypes I pulled for you guys right now that you're in. We have the Shaman and the Tear. We have 64 Adaptability, Woodwives. 52 Straddling Worlds, Wandering Between Realms. We have Prosperity. 28 Blessed Sight. The Creator, Get Creative, and 4 Creativity. And we have Tarot Cards Guidance. So, like, first of all, I have never gotten 3 creativity cards before, or 3 any cards, like, that are the same ones. I've gotten 2 before, but never 3. So, like, first of all, I just have to comment on, like, how insane that was. I was like, what? 3 creative cards? Like, geez. So, like, first of all, there's something that you're creating right now that's massive, that's blowing up. And it's interesting because I got the tarot cards, and, like, you may be a tarot reader on Instagram as well. I'm not Instagram, but YouTube as well. So, like, if you are, you're blowing up. And so I'm just, like, going to tell you that much. But also, like, there's something you're meant to create in the world that is really fucking massive. Like, I have never gotten 3 creativity cards, and I don't know why, but it's such big energy right now. So what's happening next is you're creating something big. Like, there's something that you're creating that is going to get big, that's going to be recognized, that's going to come to fruition, that's going to pay off. Like, I don't know why, but, like, that is so strong of a message. Like, Spirit's like, create. And I see Center here, and it's another C, and I don't know why, but it's like, I feel like it's not about that. Like, center is like your center and, like, centering, but, like, you're finding maybe your center, and because you found yourself and your power and everything, you're creating something. You have been able to, first of all, this is extremely spiritual as well. Like, there's Blessed Sight, the Shaman, and we have Guidance Tarot cards. We have Straddling Worlds, Wandering Between Realms. Those are all very spiritual cards. Like, this is extremely spiritual. Extremely spiritual. You are very spiritual. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're creating, I feel like has to do with spirituality specifically. I feel like you're releasing a shit ton. You are releasing a lot. Like, you guys may have been crying a lot lately and not knowing why, or maybe you know why. Maybe you've been doing a lot of healing, but, like, this group is, like, seriously evolved. Like, the tier one really reminds me of just, like, you've just been releasing so much. Like, I feel like you guys have so much shit happen to you in, like, one day, and, like, you literally, like, alchemize it all, and then, like, move through it, and then, like cry about it, and, like, release it, and then, like, move forward, and then go to, like, you're, like, always continually moving up the freaking ladder of, like, you're an insane alchemizer, guys. Like, I don't know why, but, like, you guys have, like, the ability to go through lifetimes of shit in fucking months. Like, that's how fucking powerful your soul is. Like, you guys are powerful. I had massive amounts of, like, I have just, like, a massive amount of feeling of, like, this is going to be a big reading. And, like, I have had all 3 piles, I've just been, like, blown away, because, like, there's big, huge messages for each pile, and there's 2, the first 2 are kind of similar, but, like, they're different, definitely different. And the massiveness of what Spirit wants to portray today is so big, and I think it's a lot of it's, like, standing in your power, and, like, Spirit's, like, recognizing how fucking powerful you are, and how you're the shaman, and how you continually take every single freaking lesson and fucking crush it. Like, you crush it. Like, there's no, like, it's not that it's not hard. It's hard. I'm not saying it's not. It's really fucking hard. It's just as hard as everyone else's. But you have the ability to crush it and alchemize it in a way that other people don't. And I think it's because your soul is very evolved. I think it's because you've done a lot of lifetimes. But I also think it's because you decided to do this life. You decided to do this life this way. You're like, I will take it all. I will do it. Throw it at me. I've got it. I'll fucking smash it. Give me whatever you got. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to be in my power. I want to adapt. I want to fucking take that shit and run with it. And the reason that you're doing this is because when you smash each lesson, you're able to then take the lessons you've learned and teach other people. And you're also able to take the lessons that you learn and use it in your creativity. You're able to use everything that you keep learning in each lesson and then use that and take it, create from it, and then put it out into the world. And what that does is that creates such change. You make the most massive difference, Pal 3. Like, I can't tell you, this is such insane energy. Like, it is like I can't. It's a lot. Like, it's a lot. Like, in a very beautiful way. Like, you are very creative. Whatever you're doing, Pal 3, whatever you're doing is super fucking important. Super important. And I think you've been creating, and I think that what's happening next is your creations, you're coming up with new creations all the time. Like, it's like insane. Like, it's constant. Like, you're like, I don't know, like you may have a lot of ideas, or you like have a lot of downloads, or you have like a lot of things that like come into your head, and like you take them and like you have like a bunch of things like on your whiteboard where you're like, or like in your ideas or in your phone, if you're like fucking millions of ideas. Like you're like coming up with ideas like all the time. And like you're continually figuring out which idea works best for you at what time, and how can I get the idea that I need at this time and work on it, and then even put it away, and then get another idea and work on that, and then put that one away, and then come back to this one in the beginning, and then you're like, okay, this is the right time to work on this now. This is the right time to do this. I'm sorry, there's a dog just going off, and I'm like, you're distracting me, dude. Sorry. But like maybe like you're like don't want to be distracted either. Like you're like, I don't need to be distracted. I have so much shit to do in this life. Like I feel like, oh my God, this dog, guys. You have so much shit to do in this life. I'm gonna hold on one second. Sorry guys, I was like, I cannot keep filming while this dog is just losing it. So yes, you guys are in a very, I went from like 100 to 10. Sorry, but you guys are like in a super creative energy, and like understanding that a lot of your creativity comes from like downloads and information, and like I just think that you guys are doing amazing. You wander between realms, you have guidance, you get guidance from spirit all the time, and you're the shaman, so it's like, and you have a shit ton of prosperity. These ideas are very, very, very influential. You are coming into prosperity because you're taking your ideas and materializing them in the world, and because you're working so hard, and spirit's just saying, I see you. And you have blessed sight. You have very strong spiritual gifts, extremely. And you are manifesting them and materializing them into the world because you are stepping into your power, into your creativity. And you are meant to do something massive. Like spirit is saying, you're meant to do something really big. And it's because you can alchemize and do all this work. You're very good at alchemizing your inner world and the shit that gets thrown at you, that you're able to have this ability to continually do that with ideas. It's almost like you get an idea and you alchemize it in your own way, and then it comes out in this beautiful energy and beautiful manifestation of like whatever it is that this idea that you've alchemized. And like I think that's you have the ability of alchemization on your own with healing and stuff, but then you now are figuring out how to use that with your creativity and the ideas you get, and you're learning about how to take an idea, alchemize it and change it and make it beautiful, and then put it out into the world, and that is going to create such big change. You are so powerful, pile 3. I cannot tell you how fucking cool it is to see 3 creativity cards, and you are the creator, and it's saying get creative, and I think you are. And then just continually step into alchemization of your ideas. Like, how can you make the idea better? How can you and then I liked what you were doing about having an idea and then putting it to the side, and having another idea and putting it to the side. Like, you're figuring out how to be adaptable. That's what this adaptability card is. And I think that you're figuring it out better, and I think you're figuring out more routine and structure, and also figuring out how not to have your structure and routine stifle your creativity. And that's why it's becoming so much more powerful. And because this is what's happening next, is that your ideas are becoming massive. You're alchemizing your ideas. You're creating. You are stepping out into the world more. You're putting your ideas out into the world more, and it's getting the recognition that it deserves. That's what's happening. That's what's happening next. It's getting the recognition that it deserves. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards about what's happening next. We have, I don't know what this is. 5 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 5 of Pentacles. I'm sorry, guys. I just got this deck, so, right? Where's this 5 of Cups? There's Cups and Pentacles here, guys. I'm gonna just not do this card. Sorry, guys. I'm changing it. I'm like, I can't read it. Sorry, Spirit. We have Knight of Swords in reverse. That's interesting. I feel like there's someone around you that's not holding you in the right way. We have 7 of Pentacles. It's so interesting because we got exactly these 2 in the first pile. Oh my God, dude. I'm tripping right now. This is exactly the cards we got in the first pile. Like, I'm not even joking. This is 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and Ace of Wands. We got this exactly. What? Oh my God, you guys. You may be really tapped in. Or maybe, I really feel like there's messages in pile 1 for you too, guys. I really, really feel like strongly now. Because I felt like it already, but like now I'm like, whoa, dude. Because this is crazy. I got the exact same cards in the exact same fucking... What? That's never happened to me, guys. I totally shuffled and everything. Oh my God. Whoa. You guys are super in synchronicity and super connected to everything. And everything and everyone. And I do think there's messages about one for you, but I think this is just also saying, like, you guys are super connected to others and the world and everything. You're fucking so connected. And you may see synchronicities all the time because you're so connected. And this is a synchronicity of, like, it happened exactly like this. And also with the 3 creativity cards, having 3 creativity cards come out, that's 3. There's synchronicities in that as well. Wow, I'm tripping out. And then here, 5 and then 2 reduces to 3. Sorry, I'm tripping right now. That's crazy. I'm, like, have not had, like, this be so crazy before. This is, I mean, so synchronistic, so, like, loud. And I think it's loud because it's powerful, and Spirit's trying to help you recognize how fucking powerful you are. And that's what this is saying. Knight of Swords in reverse. I'm just gonna, like, go through it again. Knight of Swords in the reverse is, I think there's people around you, which is what Pile 1's about, is it people around you that are not holding you in the space that you deserve, and figuring out how to alchemize that. And I think that that's why it's saying go to Pile 1. I think you guys seriously should go to Pile 1 after this. 7 of Pentacles is your ideas coming to fruition. 9 of Pentacles is success, independence, like financial stability. You're building something, and this is what this is about, this creativity stuff. And then Ace of Wands is like, this is your baby. These are your seeds of your ideas. And this is coming out. This is your Ace of Wands is like, your ideas are coming alive, and like you're holding it safely from people that don't, like, there's people around you that you feel like you can't tell about this, and Spirit's saying don't tell them. Like, your intuition is on point. You guys are extremely intuitive. If you have the sense that someone is not holding you in the way that you deserve, or that someone has ulterior motives, you can still work with them professionally if you have to, but just do not get connected to them in any way, and protect yourself the best you can. Spirit's saying don't trust your intuition. Spirit's saying what's happening is for real. Whatever you're trusting, whatever's happening is actually happening. If you feel like people are not, if you don't even have any evidence, Spirit's saying the intuition that you have is evidence, and take that as evidence, and take that as like, this is like, just be careful. And it's like you are the main alchemist, dude. You can alchemize anything. So like, people throw energy and you're like, fucking alchemize it, bye. Like, literally. You guys are fucking amazing. I'm in awe of you. I really am. This is such a fucking amazing reading. I am like so in awe of the collective. I'm so in awe of you. I'm so in awe of this pile specifically. Like, it is amazing. Okay, so I'm pulling 1 alchemy card. Oh wow, there's Saturn. Some of you may be in your Saturn return. I'm going to read this card because I read the other ones. Hold on, pause. Okay. Structure, authority, and consequences. Saturn is known as the great ruler, the authoritative father, and the structuring force. Limitations, rules, logistics, and laws all fall under Saturn's claim, and they insist on our adherence. And laws all fall under Saturn's claim, and they insist on our adherence. Saturn constricts, it corrects, it governs. The force of this planet is mind-bogglingly frustrating, especially for creative types, as it can feel like one limitation after another, yet its ability to support is unmatched. No creative project can come to be without the Saturnian qualities of commitment, endurance, and steadiness. The tick of the clock reminds us of this planet's steadfast presence, eternally measuring. It's no surprise it's associated with the metal lead and the qualities of density and weight. To embrace Saturn is to embrace the foundation and become one's own central authority. There's center right here. It is not as dull or easy as it sounds. That's Saturn's secret. It says Saturn is deeply related to time and chronology. It is linked to the Greek god Kronos and to Father Time. Consider your relationship with the clock today, and above all, don't be late. It says, ironically, and to the amusement of anarchists everywhere, the authoritarian energy of Saturn is said to reside in the middle finger. Okay. What I was saying is that you guys are finding structure and routine and not letting it stifle your creativity. Saturn is here to help you continually find that structure and routine. I think you guys have a good one. I think it's just about tweaking it just a little bit to improve it. You guys are like fucking on the precipice of something big though. And I think that's also why I felt this big energy for this reading, is that I felt like there was something like big happening in the collective, or big happening in this reading. I felt like there was messages that need to happen, but like this big energy is you, this creative, beautiful part of you. And it's like pile 1 and pile 2 have different big energies that are not this, but like your energy is big. Your energy is, this creativity energy is on fucking fire. You guys are very, very creative, have fucking so many ideas. So it's about continuing what you're doing. What's happening next is this shit is blowing up. What's happening next is your ideas are becoming more structured and more on paper and coming out into the material world, and they're creating great change. That's what's happening next. So wow, guys, this reading has been fucking amazing. I really hope like it helped. I hope like you guys know how powerful you are, because you are. You're the shaman, you're the creator. You guys are centered. You guys are fucking totally connected to spirit. You're very adaptable, and you're finding the guidance that you really need. And I just feel like you guys are doing so amazing. So continue to do what you're doing, and you're only going to, I mean, I can't even tell you. It's fucking big. Like whatever this is massive. And like just trust that like you guys are doing something really big, and it's not going to be easy, but you guys can do it. You guys are the great alchemists. Like that's how I feel. That's what I hear. You're the great alchemists. So I really hope you guys like my reading. Do all the YouTube things and like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.